We don't spend as much time together anymore. And when we do,
He hasn't texted.
we can't seem to argue on anything. I try my best to ignore it. I can't bear the thought of any more changes. Mom frowns. Nick and I make that stuffing every year. And every year there's rosemary in it. Nick sighs. Reluctantly setting down his phone. He followed the instructions to a T. He insists. Look, he points at the food worn recipe book in front of him. Bread cubes, onions, celery, butter, chicken broth, sage. He turns the page, continuing. Apples, flowers, cornstarch, egg. Wait, Mom interrupts, wide-eyed. Apples, flowers, cornstarch, egg? Yeah, Nick replies. It's right here. He points to the page while Mom and I crowd on either side of him to read. Apples, flour, cornstarch, egg, butter again. For some reason, Mom nods, understanding. You're right. I know I am, Nick says indignantly. Those are the ingredients, she says, picking up the book. She tugs at the corner of one of the pages. Nick and I watch wide-eyed as it reluctantly gives way to a second page that had been stuck to it for apple pie. Generally speaking, I've stopped taking pictures lately. There are no memories that I can care to capture, but in this moment I can't help but reach for my phone. I want to remember the look on Nick's face forever. You made apple stuffing? I snort. Mom and I double over laughing as Nick tries to process where he went wrong. It can't be. I followed the recipe, he insists, which only makes us laugh harder since it is technically true. Whatever, at least I tried to make something, he says with a half frown. That's more than some people can say. I did make something. I counter as I wipe the laugh tears from my cheeks. A playlist, and apparently we're going to need some good motivational music if we're gonna eat that. I duck out of the way just as Nick throws an empty paper towel roll at me. I grab at my side to ease the pain where a stitch has formed from laughing so hard. For a second, everything feels so normal, teasing Nick, watching Mom cook, hearing the familiar clanking of pots and pans, like at any second, my entire family could walk through the front door. Uncle Jack, sporting his leftovers, are for quitter's tea, while Aunt Linda unpacks the sides. Uncle Pete stealing rolls from the warmer, while Nana heats up her famous lasagna because no one likes turkey anyway, and all 12 of us cousins huddling around the TV in the basement to watch the Macy's parade, or if we're being honest, half watch, half scroll. As I watch my mom try to salvage the stuffing, my chest loosens a bit, and it feels like something familiar, almost like old times. Happy Thanksgiving, bells of the ball. Happy Thanksgiving and bells of the ball. Almost. I have come to know that voice all too well. As I watched my brother's new best friend make his way into the kitchen, the normal leaves my body just as fast as it came. I shouldn't be surprised in the last month. Alex Banks has been at our house more days than he hasn't. He and Nick met in 8th grade English, and after a heated debate over LeBron versus Jordan, became fast friends. Alex has taken Nick under his wing, helping him to navigate Parks Middle School, deep dish pizza, and the Cubs versus Sox rivalry. He is, for all intents and purpose, a great friend, and he annoys the heck out of me. Maybe it's just his lopsided grin, or his relentlessly positive attitude, or his little nicknames, or maybe it's just the way that Nick seems to hate Chicago a little less every time he's not around. Either way, Alex drives me crazy, and here he is, all thick brown hair and ocean blue eyes, standing in our kitchen, holding a pie, and making the holidays even more miserable than usual. 3-berry pie for 3 very special people, Alex announces joyfully. I wonder if anyone can see my skin crawl. Smells amazing in here. Is that cinnamon? Yes, only the most recognizable spice known to man. So nice that you could join us, Alex, my mom says warmly, as she takes the pie from him and places it on the fridge. Dinner's just about ready. Alex watches as Nick sprinkles salt onto the brapple stuffing in what is likely a feeble attempt to save it. Dude, I didn't know you could cook. He can't, my mom and I reply in unison, which makes me grin. I glance at Alex, who looks mildly confused. He watches me for a moment, waiting for an explanation, but I'm not about to give up him one. I only realize that I'm still smiling when Alex smiles back at me. Abort! 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 I'm not smiling at you, but it's too late. He's clearly mistaken my brapple glee as an invasion. How's it going, Halls? Irritation lances through me. I hate when he calls me Halls. But then he takes a few steps toward me and goes something that I hate even more. He mooses my hair. I quickly recoil and give a clipped good. Then I busy myself with my playlist. Dude, you catch the Bears earlier? I stifle and I roll as Nick and Alex start down the rabbit hole of Chicago sports. Once upon a time in Michigan, we'd have been talking about the Lions. Well, Aunt Kathy would have been talking about the lines. The rest of us would have been listening to her insist that a bad referee was the only thing responsible for the painful 2023 loss.